Hey, Dr. Karen here. Welcome to this week's Spiritual Medicine Digest. And I just remembered, if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and perhaps the notification bell. So every time I do a new video, you will be notified. Well, I'm kind of on a high after coming back from the American Society of Dowsers annual conference. This is the 64th one. They've been around a really long time. And I got to meet these amazing people who have been dowsing, some of them for 50 years. I mean, yeah. And they quietly in the background have been doing all sorts of land healing and world healing and, personal healing. Really, really neat. And got to practice my pendulum and got it recalibrated to me. And now I know how to do that for you. Of course, I do it the TOLPAKAN Healing way, but now I know another way too to recalibrate the pendulum, and it's saying yes. So, by the way, if you come to the Light Warrior Training Camp, we'll talk about that in a bit. Happy to calibrate your pendulum to you, in addition to teaching you divine muscle testing, which we did at the American Society of Dowsers event workshop, and I did a keynote on sensitivities or superpowers. So, had a fabulous time, so I'm still in a high. And what I noticed coming back home, driving home, was that this is the topic for today, and it's about Light Being Starseeds soul mergers. So I noticed when I was coming back home that I started kind of like getting really tired. And I was like, oh no, I have 4 hours to drive, right? So I stopped off a lot, and even on the way back, 20 minutes from my house, I went to a little stream at Marcy Field in Keene. I put my feet into the cold, cold water, got some stimulation in the bottom of my foot with stepping on the stones, everything like that, and yet I was still sleepy. In fact, I came back home, said to my husband, thank you so much for dinner. I love you, kiss the dog. I'm going to bed. And I basically took a nap, a really deep nap in my yoga trapeze, and then I literally went into bed. And then when I'm in bed, I'm like, well, usually, I shouldn't say usually because this doesn't usually happen, but the time 2 years ago when this happened, my etheric body was not inside my physical body, hence the fatigue. So without doing testing, because muscle testing is a little bit trickier when one is that fatigued. So I was just doing TOLPAKAN healing directives and directing the energy body back in to my physical body and locking it in place. And that seemed to like work because I was like, well, I guess I'm not sleeping. I became awake and got up, but then I started doing things and then I got tired again. So it wasn't until I met with my VIP client, and she is a pure light being starseed, that meaning that her soul in this timeline is a light being that didn't have a body, right? And then came into this body. Now I am a mixed light being starseed, meaning that I have had multiple souls, a light being starseed soul, and then I had an angel Lemurian merged soul, and then now those two have merged, so now I only have a single soul. But I am considered, my terminology, not anybody else's, a mixed light being starseed. So I have experience in embodied other lives, and so I'm not a pure light being starseed. That being said, what we discovered is that a significant proportion of pure and mixed light being starseeds over the last several days, might be a week now, almost, that they have been going through high vibrational soul mergers. So what is that? So in this case, it's when a high vibrational, 100% aligned with divine truth, love, and light, a being of light, chooses to come into a vessel, a human vessel, and in this case, somebody that already has a soul, and at least one of the souls is a light being. So, and they can easily, well, I should say, theoretically, easy to merge with any person that has a light being soul already. Here's the thing, though. In this current density of human form, that merger does take some extra energy. So although we talked about it in several videos ago about that, primarily parasympathetic, being kind of that tired healing reaction, when I muscle tested and was able to muscle test easily, it was not a healing reaction. It was literally something else. Oh, okay, so not a healing reaction. I wasn't in primary sympathetic. I was actually tired. And so if you've been feeling that tiredness, it could very well mean that you are undergoing a soul merger. So if you are good at divine muscle testing, or perhaps you have a pendulum that's calibrated to you, because here's the thing, the calibration will change as you up level. When the ascension occurs, you up level. You may have to recalibrate your pendulum again and again and again. Now I have some other ways to make it so you don't have to do that all the time, but that's TOLPAKAN healing, like kind of like a cheat. So, you can test whether or not you've been going through a soul merger, and you can test what percentage is already fully integrated and grounded. Because if the soul is, or souls have been fully integrated and grounded, then the fatigue just ends. It's just, you're done. You're done. But there's some energy involved in recalibrating these sorts of structures, or dimensional soul structures, if you will. And the other thing we found was that sometimes, especially with those high vibrational beings, is that even if we've timeline jumped to a timeline where we are even more high vibrational than our original timeline that we were born in, meaning we're aware of in that timeline, then there still needs to be a resonant match between our dimensional bodies, right? And then the light coming in, the light being coming in. So checking in that it actually is more like this, that we're resonant match with that. So we're kind of like matching each other. And that certainly helped quite a bit. So I thought for today, before we get to announcements, we could do a little TOLPAKAN healing activation. It's really great if you can test all that to see if that's true for you. However, it's not going to be harmful for you to make the intention to receive if you intuitively feel, oh, this might be what's going on with me, and you know for a fact that you are Light Being Starseed, either mixed or pure. We can go ahead and integrate and ground that high vibrational being, do that resonant energy match, and reboot your systems. Oftentimes in the environment of high vibrational dimensional beings, including light beings that aren't trying to soul merger with you necessarily, but they're just around, sometimes we can lose our muscle testing. Because our etheric bodies just kind of pop out of our, wants to go higher and pops out of our physical form, which is very dense. So putting that back in is really, really helpful as well. Yeah. So let's do this. So if it's safe for you to do so, you can close your eyes, rub your hands together just to get some heat and energy going, some chi flowing, and then relax and take a breath in and out. Just settle into the body, and then now focus on the inside of your body, perhaps where you rubbed your hands. Feel any energy moving, and it could be in the form of vibration, pulses, buzzing, waves, pulsing, anything at all. And just follow that flow wherever it goes. Perhaps it leaves where your hands are and goes elsewhere, or perhaps you pay attention to your feet and you go, oh, I feel it in my feet, or your belly, oh, I feel it in my belly. So you can just go and just scan your body to see where else you feel energy flowing. And if you're like, oh, it's not flowing in the X area, say diaphragm, say belly, something like that, you can actually even put your hands where you just rubbed with energy there, right? You can even put your hands right over that area and see if you feel energy there now. It's okay if you don't. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and speak the TOLPAKAN healing directives. Your job is to just focus inwards and see if it results in a change or a shift in how you feel the energy. I'd love for you to comment in the comments below this video if you notice something. So here we go. I now command that if you're going through a high vibrational soul merger, that soul merger be completed, integrated, and grounded fully in the physical form in the highest and best way, all directions of time. Anything preventing that, be healed now. It's now commanded that your dimensional body and that of that high vibrational soul merger, that soul, be a resonant energy match. So you're both resonant energy matches with each other with ease, speed, and grace in the highest and best way. It's now commanded that your etheric body, if you are awake, be grounded fully in your physical form, locked in place for the time where you are awake, grounded in all ways possible for the highest good. For this and all other gifts, we give our thanks and gratitude. So be it, and so it is. Ooh, so let me know in the comments how that felt for you. I know when I first did it, I felt like, you know, like there was a little magnet there going, you're on now, you're on the planet, you're on Earth now. So let me know what it feels like. It might feel completely different from you. Would love to hear what it's like for you. And you may discover in your own divine muscle testing or penduluming that there was something else you needed to know to do additional healing if you felt tired. Maybe it wasn't a soul merger. Maybe it was primary parasympathetic and a healing reaction for you. Or maybe it was that you just need better sleep, right? It could be some simple things as well. Or it could be that you are just not fully in the body. So we did work on that today. So some announcements for this week. First of all, Light Warrior Radio, we are re-airing a very important episode with my very good friend 𝗟𝗚𝗛𝗢𝗥. The foot is the foundation of your body. So when your foot is not aligned and not in good structure, that can cause all sorts of problems upline. So if you have any foot issues at all, or maybe even knee issues, hip issues, I think it's a really good idea for you to listen to the show and see what she has to say. So foundational issues, feet, very important. Used to ignore all that stuff. But I recently went to get brand new skates, and the skate technician, Steve, he's like, I've never seen feet like with toes like that. And I said, I've been working on it. So with figure skates, it tends to squish you, not very good. And then afterwards, I work on releasing the fascia and resetting some of these bones. The other thing I do on a daily basis, unless it's pouring rain and cold or snowy or something like that, is I walk for about a quarter mile barefoot on the grass by the side of the road and back while I walk the dog. And yes, there are stones, and yes, there are things that are uncomfortable, but the little bones in the feet are becoming more flexible. So it actually doesn't hurt as much. Really, really cool stuff. Not to mention, I don't really have any calluses anymore because the stones take it off. Yay! Okay, so that's a radio show, some upcoming events. Number one, of course, there's the Light Warrior Training Camp. I would love for you to come. So we're going to do some timeline jumping, life wave patches based on sacred geometry. I'm going to recalibrate you to your pendulum or pendulums. If you have a whole bunch, just, you know, as long as you can put them in one hand, we can recalibrate them all at once. And then I show you how to be more accurate in divine muscle testing, asking quality questions, all sorts of great stuff. So this is one of the rare opportunities to work with me in person. It's small groups, and as the people found out at the American Society of Dowsers workshop, you know, we can do mini healings very easily with a small group. So if you are interested in that, it is multiple times the, you know, investment that you pay for, you know, healing, supporting yourself, and going further in your mission because you have your superpowers on lock. So would love to see you there. I'll put the link there. The cart, I believe, is closing in a week or so, so it's not much time left. The other thing too is because we want to welcome our beautiful, wonderful folks from the American Society of Dowsers into our Light Medicine community. We actually decided to keep the Ascension 3 store, jewelry store, open a little bit longer, so they have a chance to take a look at what we have. So a couple of things to point out: we have the cosmic. This is a different earring, but we have different cosmic ring on sale. We put all those on sale, and just note that we can't make them again because Swarovski won't sell us those pieces. So once they're gone, they're gone. We have some really cool earrings. We have the 13 chakra bracelets, as well as our new firefly glow-in-the-dark bracelets, and they're so pretty. I just love them so much because I love fireflies. So I just like looking at it at night and going, oh, that's so cool, you know. And we do have some of the other Lotus Sky bracelets as well, including some larger ones and some smaller ones. So these are really cool. They're very, very light. They kind of, you know, roll on and off, and they're so pretty and delicate. And it was really nice to see Leslie sporting hers the past week and showing those off and at the conference. So that is going to be till Monday, July 24th, 11 a.m. That'll end. Also this week, after the radio show, we have a live Zoom, Ask the Doctor Zoom, with Dr. Dennis Lobstein and myself. And we're going to take some Q&A questions about acupuncture points, Chinese medicine, phototherapy, patching. So join us for that live event. And here's a really cool thing is we are setting up a system so that in addition to the blog where you get the notes of what we said, we're going to be able to arrange a replay as well, but just the team's working on it, okay? We have to do it privately. So we invested in one of our platforms, Kajabi, where you'll be able to hear them after the fact. So not just the notes, you'll actually be able to hear them as well. So it's a lot of work for the team and money, of course, to build this, but we love our people. We love our Lifeway family from around the world. So we will do this for you. So stay tuned. We will let you know if you're on the mailing list when we are ready. If you're not on the mailing list, go to patchtrainingteam.com and get on the mailing list, get that brain balancing strategy download, and then you'll be on the mailing list. And if you're in the light medicine community, you don't have to be a brand partner with me. If you're in my light medicine community, we're actually doing a special event called the metal element. So we're going to talk about some of the symptoms that the metal element, if it's unbalanced, that you can get. So you can get like coughing and itching and pooping issues and grieving issues if the metal element is not balanced. So we're going to go over what is the metal element in Chinese medicine and how can you balance that with acupuncture points and put phototherapy patches on those acupuncture points that can amplify the effect. So yeah, if you want to, you can join us there. It's absolutely free to join the light medicine community, and those replays are housed in the circle community that we have. Just so you know, that our beautiful co-hosts and team members, Holly and Christine, and of course the Chief Connection Officer, Leslie, will be there on hand to support you, answer questions, and also if you're new to all of this phototherapy stuff, there to also be there for you if you do decide to sign up as a brand partner or a customer. Okay, what else I got here? I think I got that. Okay, I think that was it. Ascension 3, Light Medicine Community, Ask the Doctors, Light Board Training Camp. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. I'd love for you to join my mailing list and community as well. We'll put the links below. And every week we do kind of a summary of all this in our Light Medicine Weekly, once a week newsletter. So I hope to see you soon and love to see you in person, donning some jewelry. And until next week, much love. Bye for now.